Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about karma. And this is all interpretive, okay? I'm not a massive scholar of karma or Eastern philosophies. I've been developing my own understanding for some time now. I think I've been going through this for potentially about 5 years. I've been studying various aspects of it, channeling energy into this. And so my karma, I believe, I kind of almost know when I'm going to get bad karma. And it's not as simple as, I got annoyed with this dog on the street yesterday because it got in my way and I kicked it. And then today, a dog is going to kick me. No, it's not that simple. It doesn't work like that. My understanding of karma, and I understand it because I can feel, I understand, I'm very intuitive at the moment, and I'm dealing with things through intuition and my emotional compass. So I've recently getting in touch with myself, with what is right for me. I've recently become pescatarian, trying very hard. On Mother's Day I had a Scotch egg. Forgot that had sausage in it, but I didn't feel that bad because my intention was right. And that's the big thing, intention. Karma is about intention, not necessarily action. So I realised that when I've been eating meat, and I've had this in a monologue for a while, and it's not fish at the moment. I mean, a little bit, but a heavy inclination when I eat meat, I feel some sort of guilt, like a bit of a twinge, like a bit of a, ooh, this isn't right. But I've got a bit of a fear of giving up meat because I think, what am I going to eat? I love meat, and it's a good source of protein, and I eat less carbs when I eat meat, so I won't get fat, and I've got this whole big inside monologue of excuses and reasons why I shouldn't give up meat. But then I've got this zen that says, give up meat. Give up meat. And I'm like, no, I don't want to give up meat because it's so delicious and it's so wonderful and I just love meat. But I know, every time I eat it, I've got this, I shouldn't be doing this kind of feeling. And if I carry on indulging in behavior when I've got this feeling of I shouldn't do this, but it's so much easier to do this, that's when I'm going to start getting bad karma. And it's not going to be, okay, so I had some bacon today, tomorrow a pig's going to eat me. I mean, that's a very black and white expression. It's more of just, I'm going to keep steering off my path. I'm going to still keep being wayward, it's a constant and never ending improvement. And it's part of being the whole person that you want to be. So, there's this good analogy. I think it's Tony Robbins. He says, when a pilot is flying its plane from point A to point B, it's 90% of the time off navigation. It's not always on track, because what it does, like a plane, it kind of veers this way, and the pilot will then go nope this way, and if it's on this one straight line, it will then go weep, nope, back this way, weep, beep, and it has this zigzag. But obviously if you're an inexperienced pilot, you're going to be going way out of your navigation route. It's going to keep going like that. But the more experience you get, it's just going to kind of waggle a little bit, nicely, like a bit of a tadpole on the horizon. And so that's essentially what I'm trying to do. Instead of allowing myself to get to these high levels of extreme off-courseness, I'm trying to just navigate, just kind of tip the scales gently on each side. And that is about karma, I believe. That's what I think. So I know I'm not supposed to be eating meat, and I'm trying very hard not to eat meat. And at the moment, it doesn't necessarily mean that no one should be eating meat, no one should be vegetarian or pescatarian or vegan or whatever. It just means that I know that right now this is part of the course I've reached. Potentially before it wasn't the right decision for me, but right now I've reached this point where it's this is the right thing I'm supposed to be doing. I know it is, and I'm gonna fall off balance. I'm probably potentially one day gonna get drunk. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna go for a whole pack of peanut butter M&Ms, and then I'm gonna go to McDonald's and order 45 chicken nuggets. That is probably likely going to happen, knowing my track record of going on and off. And then in the morning I'll probably feel a huge tremendous amount of guilt because my karma will say that was very naughty, Caroline, you shouldn't be doing that again. And then I'll say, right, okay, that is when I'm going to say, I'm not going to fall off the wagon. I'm going to get back on the horse, and I'm going to keep steering my navigation to the right point of my destination center. So that's my perception of karma. And just like I said, I've become pescatarian, not vegetarian. I think in the future I'm going to hopefully one day be a vegan, one of these horrible people. No, then it's not horrible at all. But, you know, I'm going to be telling everyone about how veganism is great and how I'm a vegan and how big a deal being a vegan is. And that's basically it. But right now, I don't think that's going to affect my karma because I'm not there yet. But I do know that I'm not supposed to be eating land animals. That's my thing. Does pigeon count? Because they're kind of in the air a lot. But I'm not supposed to be eating animals that are on the land. So fish is kind of not, I don't think it's giving me bad karma yet. But there's going to be a point where I'm like, oh, I can't have this little fish, this little ocean-bound person. I'm not supposed to be eating that. And I'm going to be like, oh, right, my karma will get annoyed with me if I carry on eating fish. But that's in the future, and I've got a little bit of a duration to go because I'm still tackling sweets. I went for a pack of Tang Fastics yesterday, which is the fizzy Haribo ones. They're lovely, they're so good, but I know I'm not supposed to be eating them. I'm not supposed to be having sugar. And for instance, here's an interesting a recalling of me falling off my wagon during my giving up sugar situation. I had a really bad day so I'd given up sugar for about a month. I was doing really, really well, like as in no extra sugar, no processed stuff. I was just being very sugar free, and I had a really bad day, and I went to the shops and I bought a pack of mini rolls and I ate them all in one session. 24 mini rolls in one session. That's not okay. That's not okay. So I tend to do that. I'll kind of go all right and then I'll fall off. But then I felt like awful afterwards, and my skin was terrible, and that was my bad karma. It's not because I kicked a dog and I ruined its life and then something's come along and kicked me in the head. It's because I didn't follow what I knew was the right thing to do. I'm eating these mini rolls going, no, this was not the right thing to do. I'm not supposed to do that. So whatever your karmic navigation point is telling you right now, give it a go. Try and follow it, because that's when you're going to start like feeling a lot better about yourself and feeling like moving through onto your path of enlightenment. Is when you just listen to, it might be something really small. It might just be like, I get like, oh, I don't like my boss, and I'm very passive aggressive to my boss, and I decide one day I'm just going to say, hey, you right there, Mike? How's it going? And he's going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm good, Janine. Great, actually. Yeah. Because you've two, like, butted heads or whatever. That could be your good karma. Just saying hello to someone you dislike, because you know that every time you ignore them, it just kind of feels a bit like, ugh, gooey and horrible inside. That's just an example of good karma. It doesn't have to be, emptying your bank account for South Africa and trying to build schools for everyone, which is excellent for your karma if that's what you're doing. But whatever it is that your intuition is telling you, just give it a go, see what happens. And I'm going to do my absolute hardest not to indulge in any more Scotch eggs on any hallmark days of celebrating matriarchs, basically. So that's me on karma. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know any comments, subscribe to my channel, and I'll speak to you soon.